Hi everyone, in this lecture we're going to look at another sample for argumentative essays. The question here is, some people think that nuclear energy is better than other sources of power for meeting ever-increasing global needs. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? The first step of your essay writing is to identify the topic, and the topic here is nuclear energy. The second step, as usual, is to plan the essay. I'm going to agree 50% with this statement, and I'm going to say that I agree nuclear energy has advantages over other kinds, but I disagree that there are disadvantages of nuclear energy too. For the first paragraph of my body, I would write about the advantages of nuclear energy. Firstly, it is clean compared with coal, and it's also more reliable than wind or solar energy. For paragraph 2, I'll write about why I think nuclear energy is not better than other kinds of energy. It is firstly because waste should be disposed of properly, and there's a high risk of nuclear accidents. Let's move on to the third step, which is to write the introduction. In the introduction, we have the background information, which is the nuclear power has become more and more popular nowadays. With the specific information, we need to introduce the debatable viewpoint, and then we need to write our thesis statement. One example for the introduction is the fast dwindling of the world's coal reserves have prompted modern people to seek alternative sources of energy, in which nuclear energy is a notable example. Still, there is a great deal of controversy whether the use of nuclear energy should be welcomed as a sensible and futuristic development. This essay will outline several major merits as well as demerits of nuclear energy consumption. So step 4 is to write your body paragraphs. Here's the sample for the first one. Nuclear is unquestionably a beneficial source of energy. For example, nuclear is much cleaner to compare with coal. The process of generating power from nuclear does not give out carbon dioxide, which is the main contributor of environmental pollution and global warming. To compare with wind or solar energy, nuclear is much more reliable. The unpredictable change in weather patterns does not affect the electricity output, which means power can be produced 24/7. Here's a sample for the second paragraph. At the same time, the concern over the use of nuclear is well justified. Since they are extremely hazardous, the waste produced by nuclear reactors needs to be disposed of with utmost precaution. Radiations can be leaked if not stored properly, which significantly heighten the risk of nuclear accidents. Nowadays, humanity is still often reminded of traumatizing and terrifying events caused by nuclear explosions. Thousands of lives can be claimed in merely a matter of seconds. Even decades after the mishaps, children are still born with defects. This explains why some countries are still conservative with the use of nuclear power. The final step in your essay writing is to write the conclusion. Here's my conclusion. Like any other sources of energy, nuclear energy suffers from serious drawbacks. However, advancement in technology has made it a more viable option than others. Despite its small proportions in worldwide energy production at present, nuclear energy promises a future in which people can consume energy generously and safely. And you've got your essay. Let's look at the next video where we can look at another sample of argumentative essay.